All right, y'all. Had a little bit of a delay, a little bit of issues, but those of you who stuck around, you're in for a treat. We've got the semifinals of the Super Metroid Item Randomizer Tournament at SGLIVE 2021. Game 3, Sloaters versus Osse. Once again, it's me, Derp, joined by Hawk E. Towner. You know what that E stands for? Stands for ending the stream earlier, apparently. We got it all fixed now.
Derp, oh man. Oh, I hang my head in shame. I think it stands for exciting because that's what I try to do. I try to make things exciting. Yeah, maybe my execution is a bit poor. My way of going about it maybe not the best. But you know what is the best? Is this tournament between these two runners. And Derp, this has been edge of your seat action through 2 races, and it's all going to come down to this. The winner of this race will secure a spot in the finals of the SpeedGaming Live 2021 Super Metroid Randomizer Tournament.
Yeah, it looks like the runners have readied up, so we should be getting into the action in just a moment. We've had 2 very exciting seeds. Game 1, we had a little bit of Sloaters had a little bit of an issue not picking up that gravity suit, but still pulled it pretty close with some fantastic gravityless Meridia tech. Game 2, kind of the opposite. Osse never finding that Varia suit, but pulling out all the stops with 2 separate suitless lower Norfair and suitless Ridley. That suitless Ridley gonna be one of the highlights of the tournament for sure. With just 3 E-tanks and a reserve. So if we're going on the same pace as we have been, looks like if the pattern continues, looks like we'll have both runners skipping a suit this time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been a thrill, Derp, doing comms with you on this semifinal action, and we're off. Oh boy. It's all gonna come down to this, Derp. What is this seed gonna have in store for these runners? We are waiting with bated breath.
Yeah, I do imagine we'll see a lot more conservative play from both runners. You don't want to make the game-losing mistake in what's essentially a best of 1 now. The runners have had time to reset. They've probably got the last few seeds, not out of their memory, but they aren't gonna start mixing up the seeds, mixing up the worlds. So now we've just got a best of 1. Winner is going to the finals, loser is going home. So we're gonna see, I would expect we see a lot more safe play from both runners. Just try to avoid mistakes, pick up all the items they can. Got an early plasma beam. Look at this.
Oh my. Even earlier than the last race, we had that at Bomb Terizo. Now we've got it at Morph Ball.
Alright, I've been corrected. The loser is not going home. For 1, because they're already home. For 2, there is the bronze match as well.
Oh, I'm hyped then. I love a good bronze match.
Yeah, absolutely. Sloaters had a little bit of trouble with this deboost to get the Morph Ball last race. Fortunately, it doesn't have to reset the room this time, but does lose a little bit of extra health, which might matter. See if they can find some power bombs and check this early behind Morph Door in Retro Brinstar. See what's at Alpha Missiles.
Oh,
there's those power bombs.
Another early power bomb pickup. My goodness. As exciting as this race has been, Derp, I am now like triply excited because I also didn't know that there was going to be a bronze match.
Yeah, it means no matter what happens, we are going to see at least 1 more series from both of these runners. I forgot about that as well.
That's terrific stuff. What a thrill That means we have the semifinals match tomorrow between Kip
Yep,
and
it's me. I'm coming in.
Yeah. Kip's gonna tag you in. No,
Oh,
it's
Osse
Kip
actually
all the
took a
way.
hit from the hopper there. Sorry to
No, you're good.
interrupt you.
You're good. I'm just sitting here just pontificating while the action is unfolding before our very eyes. Look at it just stand his ground. Blow away those side hoppers with that powerful plasma beam, Derp.
Yeah, fortunately, when going through an area transition, you do gain immunity frames, invincibility frames, whichever you prefer. And so that plus the plasma beam doing a ton of damage to those side hoppers. I mean, Osse could just take it safe. And like I said, wants to make sure he doesn't make any big mistakes. Just gets rid of those side hoppers with ease thanks to that extra weaponry.
You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. So no old mother brain check possible, but not necessary, as they have.
Well, they have one more power bomb.
Oh, that's true. I guess it is possible, and it's Osse showing exactly how possible. But just a regular missile there for Osse. Sloater's gonna be the first up to Parlor and to bomb Terizo, unless he... Yeah, just going straight to bomb Terizo here.
Yeah, no need to check any extra majors. It could technically give you a second power bomb pack, which would put Gauntlet in logic, but even then, it's a pretty big time commitment, actually. It's like 20-30 seconds. Not quite 30, but like checking 230 missiles is a little bit time consuming and doesn't necessarily have a guaranteed reward. We do have the X-ray scope early, which is nice with the plasma beam if they're able to find charge.
Oh, great point. Great point. If they can find charge, that is the trick, isn't it? And I don't think it's going to be a Terminator again.
Yeah, we'll see if we see the runners do the same thing they've done the last couple of races, with Sloaters going to the left and Osse going to the right. He can check Gauntlet, but he can't get out at the moment, and I imagine he will just skip the check for now, as Sloaters... Is this his first time picking up Spring Ball?
I think so, and that... Sloater's picking up Spring Ball is kind of like Popeye eating spinach. You know, it just really gets him revved up, especially getting it so early.
He's powered up and ready to go, and here's the elevator right down to Green Brinstar. Right where Sloaters wants it to be. Once again, not going to check the other door down here at the left of the ship. Just going to go straight into Brinstar. Start getting this item collection. Doesn't have any power bombs at the moment. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. He has a spot where he can farm a few. Right above the power bomb bridge down to Edekun's. And yeah, Osse is going to go to the right. Needs to be careful. These crabs will do 120 damage. And as you may notice, he has less than 120 health. But fortunately, he's just going to safely get on by using that plasma beam. And there's Lower Norfair. So we've seen Lower Norfair and we've seen East Meridia. So two of the big boss areas already seen.
Looks like Osse's setting up for the CWJ here. Although Derpy did say there's a backup with power bombs.
Yeah, we saw Osse go for it not last race, but race 1. We'll see if he can get it this time. He's gonna go for it again, at least. Oh, very close. I've seen a few runners practicing that. I think Solsky has done it. I don't know if he's done it in a race. I've seen him do it in practice.
That was
Leads him to Red Tower.
Red Tower, interesting. So, kind of a little wrap around.
You see that, Hockey. Sloaters just jumped over a very nice item.
Oh yeah?
We saw that. We see the Varia suit.
Oh my
goodness.
Bottom of Brinstar again with the goods?
I think this is where Varia was last time, actually.
It's incredible, but look at Osse.
It was Gravity last time, wasn't it?
It was Gravity last time, Dirt, but Craze Warehouse has been discovered by Osse. I like Osse's strategy to kind of go with like a portal first approach. I mean, he nearly pulled even with Sloaters in that last race, and we thought Sloaters, like I said, I thought it was miles ahead of Osse. But he made up so much time through his routing and just leaving all that other stuff behind, all that superfluous item collection. But Sloaters first to Brinstar. Brinstar's got the goods, at least in part here, so no hell runs possible for Sloaters.
Yeah, we're 3 for 3. 3 for 3 on a suit somewhere in Green Brinstar.
That is just absurd. I love it.
Yeah, fortunately, once Osse finds it, it's unlikely that he'll skip it. He actually used iframes to run through Mini Crate.
Nice.
That would have killed him. That does 100 damage.
Oh gosh.
With no suit. He's not gonna want to fight Ridley this time.
No. Cutting it close with 3 tanks is one thing, but obviously with just 1 tank is impossible.
So Osse does have that knowledge of where Ridley is. And he also knows where Ridley is not. He knows it can't be at any of the other boss locations, so that gives him a lot more confidence going forward.
No, for sure, Derp. Chat, if you're an aspiring rando runner, do not sleep on what Derp just said. Sometimes knowing where something isn't is more valuable than knowing where something is.
Unfortunately, it does mean Osse's gonna have to hightail it back out of here. Let's go back down Red Tower. He could do an early X-ray, but it'd be a little sketch getting back.
A little sketch? Probably, yeah, a little to medium for sure, right?
It's at least medium sketch, honestly.
At least medium sketch, oh my.
He's actually gonna check some miners here. Going to Alpha Power Bombs. Gets another Power Bomb pack, so not the worst ever.
No, not at all.
Sloaters using that spring ball nicely to get across Red Tower.
You know, I just love that item, especially getting it this early.
Oh, hey.
Hey, we're back. So that you just close that loop, it seems. But where do you go from here?
Looks like he's gonna check this. Now note that without high jump or gravity, I don't think he can check it. I don't know if he can make it back. Well, fortunately, not gonna want to go back there, I imagine. At least not anytime soon. It's possible that he ends up going through that room to get back to the ship, since the ship is at the bottom of Red Tower as well. But isn't gonna need to jump up the tube anytime soon. We might see a high 5 here soon. Osse's going the other way.
Close.
Osse's going the other way, and he does not want to go through that.
So reserve tank and 3 energy tanks for sloaters. So that definitely... I've seen sloaters do it. X-ray is definitely on the table.
We're going to see a high 5 right around here.
Yeah, just wow. But sloaters is up a suit. And Osse's heading kinda towards it? Kinda?
Yeah, because he's heading towards the other door at the left side of landing site. And the other door there will lead him to Green Brinstar. And right. I have to imagine he'll take that.
He'll have to start all the way though. All the way at the... Or no, where did that portal actually enter into Green Brin? Was it New Bridge or was it somewhere else? Was it the elevator?
It was the elevator.
It was the elevator, correct. Yeah, I thought so. I second-guessed myself, of course. But,
we'll see what he decides to do, though. He might end up committing down another path. Although he hasn't checked Terminator either. Also, actually hesitating a little bit to decide what to do. We're calling attention to it, but meanwhile, Sloaters...
just
those D-boost over to X-ray.
Masterful damage boosting across.
Once again, just an E-tank though. I think it's been an E-tank all 3 races.
Very healthy seed so far, and like you said, X-ray is more or less a bust 3 out of 3 times. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, I forgot another door at the bottom of Red Tower was the other side of Green Brinstar, so also gonna take that entrance.
Yeah, it's convenient. Very convenient.
Sloaters. We saw this earlier. This was Upper Norfair. With that Various suit, Sloaters is actually going to be able to do it. So we'll see a few more checks.
And I just love heading to Bubble Mountain the intended way. It's almost too much for me, Derp. It's one of my favorite set pieces in the entire game. But so rarely seen outside of randomizer and map completion.
Yeah, unfortunately, with that Varia suit, he's not pressed for time, unlike the last couple of races where we've seen Upper Norfair before finding Varia. So he can take his time, he can go check wave, go check the door in single chamber. I don't remember if he's seen that yet.
I don't think so.
But either way, he can do it all without that timer constantly ticking down his health. He's got all the time in the world now. Obviously don't want to take too long, but...
Well, especially not against an opponent like Osse. Oh, another just like face check into that, almost into that spacer. That's 2 seeds in a row.
Yeah, fortunately, Sloater's got the most important skip of all.
Well, when Plasma's a morphing ball, I mean.
Yeah. No need for Spazer this seed.
No need. No need.
You won't be going back there anytime soon.
So Sloater's committing to the exploration before the checks. I do like this play, especially in something like full area.
Well, there's Croc. Doesn't have charge, but has plenty of ammo, so he'll be fine. Osse's got his various suit.
Very good, very good.
He's gonna head over, clear the other 2 items he can check in green Brinstar, pink Brinstar, I suppose.
Pink, green, what's the difference, Derp? What is the doggone difference?
I can't say. I'm kind of surprised Sloaters didn't go across the acid. He definitely has enough health for it.
Yeah, that is curious.
Could come down to, like I said, it's race 3. The loser is out of finals contention. And if Sloaters makes a mistake, stays in the acid a bit too long, that could be the difference between winning and losing. So he wants to be extra careful.
Losing 15 minutes in an area randomizer would be absolutely brutal.
Yeah, so he's gonna let it be for now. He'll probably check it on the way out. No reason not to.
Yeah, let's hope so, because I'm dying to know what's down here, Croc.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got a black screen at the moment. Sloater's closing his eyes, running through the map. Nope. I guess he had to open them to get the gate glitch.
That's right. I don't know if anybody's good enough to do a green gate glitch blindfolded, but if anybody can do it, it's somebody in the Super Metroid community, right?
Well, I definitely would expect a Super Metroid runner to perform a Super Metroid trick. But I know what you're saying. There's a lot of crazy people in this community who are capable of a lot of crazy things.
Oh, no doubt, with or without their eyesight, for sure.
So Osse done this loop again, back into the landing site. Might check Gauntlet here, actually. And he never actually picked up the spring ball either.
Well, maybe he will now.
Yeah, that's what he's going for. We'll see if he turns around after this and goes into Red Tower, or if he decides to go up to Gauntlet. Looks like that's his play. Unless he's got something else in mind. He could technically go into Lower Norfair. It's not impossible. He knows where Ridley is. The only way he gets punished is if that's Dragon.
Yeah, it's quite a gamble.
It's definitely a risk. Sloaters, actually, look at that. Skipping that E-Tank. Doesn't want it.
Double E-Tanks there. Grapple and Croc. He says 4's plenty with this Varia suit.
Yeah, fortunately, he's got a couple more checks in Bubble Mountain, as well as the other 2 across the way in Upper Norfair.
That's right. I do like that from Sloaters. I do like going to Croc first there and full clearing it. No G4 found yet, though, either. As far as I know.
Yeah, both of our last seeds had early G4. for at least one of the runners. I guess Sloaters didn't find it until a little bit later, but it was right there at the ship. This one, the runners won't be so.
They won't be so.
Won't have that advantage.
It's spoiled. They're spoiled if they could find G4 that early. Oh, there's
Something like that.
There's a nice item.
Wave beam. At this point, it's really just a damage upgrade, but that's not a bad thing at all.
No,
and it looks like Osse's actually going to go through Gauntlet and go back into Red Tower.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, he hasn't done the X-ray check, so he's probably planning on doing that.
But that check will render
much safer with the Varia suit and a few E-tanks.
Oh, look at that. Doesn't get the optimal crumble crash through, but goes to the right side, I should say the left side, to the correct side to get the super missiles. Look at that, it's fortuitous.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he saw the super missile beforehand or if he just got a little bit lucky, but either way.
Oh, I love it.
He's gonna be thankful for that. Yeah, grapple beam.
I like that this early.
A way to leave Dragon, if nothing else. I imagine both these runners are capable of the high jumpless grapple escape from Dragon. It's a tough trick, but it's very doable. And in races like these against runners of this caliber, if it's doable, you really need to know how to do it.
Yeah. No question, Durpin. Like we've said in the previous two races, like it cannot be understated just how talented and skilled these two runners are. I mean, definitely in the semifinals of this tournament, vying for a position in the finals, but can't sleep on our other two semifinals either, Zeb316 and Kip. Both formidable challengers at Rando. And look at Sloaters with that wave beam showing off. Kind of right to left only glitch there through Frog Speedway. Very nice way to get back to Business Center.
Yeah, that is one more thing the wave beam does allow him to do. Doesn't need to go through the long trek past Cathedral or Croc Escape. Just gets to run right through over the high jump and ice and these two doors, which we have not seen yet, I believe.
We haven't. The other thing too about this seed derp is it's been very generous. Oh, there's charge. I was just saying it's been awfully generous with super missiles. Like they might not need to find charge, and without as if on cue, there's charge beam at high jump.
Looks like Osse not gonna go the vanilla way up Bubble Mountain. Gonna go up and around.
I respect it because it's likely faster. But I just love that section of the game for some reason.
Honestly, I think it is faster.
Yeah.
It's a little bit awkward with no high jump, though. Need to do a tricky wall jump. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, that's tight to get to that reserve location. Look at that second try from Osse. Incredible skill.
Yeah, fortunately, it's a little bit more lenient than the one-up worst room in the game. There's high jump. High jump at ice again. That's the second seed in a row.
High jump at ice. Wow. And charge beam at boots. Really nice.
Once again, those two items. Big money. Well, we got a moment. Floaters didn't see how he did it, but he got that ice escape again.
That is incredible.
Does this count as a high five?
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely does. Right, chalk it, Derp. That's a high five for sure. I don't know if the viewers at home have been keeping track, but that's a tally mark.
No, I definitely haven't been keeping track. Okay, so I assume Sloaters did see this door up to the top of Upper Norfair and just decided not to go through it yet. Is he gonna go down to Mama Turtle?
It looks like
he is.
Definitely looks like it. Thought about it, and he's going for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to see exactly the decisions Osse is making at the moment. We know he's going to check the reserve. Looks like he's checked the reserve as well as the speed booster. He's picked up his grapple beam. I don't remember what was at speed. I think it was wave. Yeah, he's got the double plasma shots going.
Sloaters looks like he's just going for it here.
Yeah, Mama Turtle is a little bit difficult to get back out of. Unfortunately, that's not going to help him at the moment. We've seen both entrances to East Meridia, that Dragon's lair, if you will.
I will. I love it.
That's how it plays out, effectively. You gotta get there if you want to fight whatever's at Dragon.
But we know it's not Ridley. We know it ain't Ridley, and that's good.
Sure isn't. And I wonder when Osse's actually going to go back to fight Ridley. We assume he'll get the charge beam in just a moment.
Yeah.
I hope, for his sake, he doesn't skip those items again. For sloaters, we got...
Oh!
Look at this.
The booster.
At Mama Turtle, he's... I don't know if Mama Turtle's going to start moving before Sloaters hits the ground.
I'm not sure either, but we're left in suspense here, Derp.
It's too suspenseful. I don't know.
Got a croc fight, and we got a potential speed booster get. My goodness.
I assume Sloaters will get speed booster soon.
Osse's done with its croc fight, picking up that croc E-tank.
Yeah, we couldn't show the croc fight. It was too graphic.
We're trying to cut down on the gratuitous violence. This is a family-friendly stream here on SG4, along with the rest of the SGs, of course. But you're absolutely right, Derp. Consider it censored.
Consider it censored. Sloaters... He's stuck in limbo here. His stream's not frozen. He's just been trapped in the air by the, I don't know, supreme beings.
It must be, could be lost in the aether, You know what I'm talking
about? John
about?
Nintendo said he was going too fast. Had to slow down for a while.
Oh my goodness. Osse going for Green Gate glitch here, trying to enter grapple from the back. Just delivering an absolute fusillade of supers there. Finally gets that GGG.
So I've been told that Sloaters has picked up his speed booster and is now on his way to Waterway, actually.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe race one's still weighing on the back of his mind a little bit.
Maybe
but I don't think it's a bad check, checking what's open from speed booster.
Chat telling us that Sloaters picked up normal bombs. And we're back. We're now in Green Brinstar. My goodness.
Looks like
we're here, Derp.
We'll see those normal bombs with our own eyes in just a moment.
Spoiled it. Well, chat, you already know what he's going to get here. No big surprise.
Well, hey, maybe they lied to us. All of chat's in on the hustle. See what could this item be?
I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention. No, I'm just kidding.
Remember.
Nothing wrong with a normal bomb, especially at this juncture.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially without having a ton of power bombs. They have 10, which is generally going to be enough, but still, having those regular bombs, just in case they're running a little bit low, the back of Lower Norfair, won't need to worry about getting out.
So, Derp, where would you go now? I mean, you're picking up some good items here, but still, what's available? Where are we headed? What's the goal?
I don't think Sloaters has seen the top of Red Tower yet. So, I imagine that's where he's headed. There's not a lot of other places for him to go. Where does this take him again? I've been a little hard to keep track with. We've had a couple internet issues or restream issues. Both the runners' streams have been live. I think this is just the streams being resynced, not Osse lagging or the restream lagging. We're just getting the runners synced back up. Hopefully. Looks like Sloaters is just going to check the last couple doors in Upper Norfair, which makes sense.
Oh,
He still hasn't seen the ship. He still hasn't seen Kraid. We know where Kraid is, and it's not here, but, you know, he doesn't know that yet.
Precisely right. And looks like Osse's heading up to Business Center, so that'll be good.
With high jump, he can get across to the ship.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he doesn't need gravity here for Sloaters to cross the the East Ocean. But Osse's going to be handsomely rewarded here at Business Center.
Yeah, Sloaters doesn't know that the boss he's about to run into isn't Ridley, but it doesn't really matter. He can kill all 4 bosses and get out with that high jump and the grapple beam.
Did you
Could even do it.
That spring ball execution there? That was just...
Yeah, spring balling across this room is real nice. It's pretty tricky as well, so it feels real great to get. And Sloaters, who's always been a spring ball aficionado, definitely going to be happy to show off that little piece of movement, even if maybe it didn't quite all make it to the restream. We caught the important part.
Exactly right, Derp. That's precisely right. You know, you say that he's a spring ball aficionado. I think he was actually the first subscriber to that magazine, Spring Ball Aficionado. It's a quarterly magazine. But who reads magazines anymore, Derp? Especially when you got just amazing race action like this here at SGLIVE 2021.
Yeah, I must not be keeping track of what magazines people are reading these days. I don't know if I've heard of that one, but hey, Sloaters, he loves the spring ball, that's for sure. We're gonna see Osse go for this ice escape.
We got a vanilla Fantoon fight here.
Yeah, that's gonna be real nice for Sloaters.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got that speed booster. He can clean house.
Totally can get away with the first microwave we've seen of these 3 races. Look at that. How about a 1-round Fantoon?
Well, I think we saw Sloaters microwave Batoon as well earlier. The first microwave on a major boss, that's for sure.
On a major, sure. That must have been the first race that he microwave Batoon, because I know he did a 1-round with supers on the last one. I could be wrong. I fully admit it. As long as I don't end the episode early again, we'll be fine, Derp.
Well, good news is once you end this time, we're
done.
Good to go. It'll be the end of the show.
It'll just be in the middle of the interviews, right?
Well, you know.
Stuff happens, especially when you're having too much fun. You're way too hyped for the next and final race of this best of 3 series between sloaters27 and Osse.
So the first item in the wreck ship, not what he was looking for. I imagine we'll see him go check wreck ship E-tank, and then after checking attic, he'll go check the left door. We'll see if he decides to save before then. Looks like he will. This part's a little bit dangerous. Even with the various suit to cut down most of the damage, taking a safety save isn't that bad of an idea.
I do like that play.
I was actually going to check attic first.
Oh, very curious. Maybe he can't be thinking he's going to be leaving through Forgotten Highway. Huh.
Yeah, surely he's planning on checking this door, right? Like, there's still so much he hasn't seen.
So. I really thought so. I guess it really depends on where the portal leaving West Ocean leads to.
There's not a whole lot of portals left. We've already seen a lot. I think there's one more lower Norfair. There's Space Jump. We'll see if Sloaters wants to pick that up. I wouldn't be surprised either way.
It's a comfy item. Not necessarily the best item you could find, but it's certainly better than a lot that are left.
I think it'll depend on what he finds here at Gravity. If it's something bad, he'll probably just reset. If it's something good, he might go back through. Well, I don't know if that's... We'll see what he decides to do.
I don't know, I feel like
it's unfortunate.
I feel like the name of these seeds, especially in full area or any type of area rando, is like you kind of fall victim to the sunken cost fallacy. It's like, well, I already sat through the bowling cutscene. I might as well get this, you know.
A bit unfortunate for Osse that stream issues. Looks like we might be getting them fixed in just a second, but I would imagine at the moment he's just checking all the things we've already seen from Sloaters. We'll see where he decides to go after Speed, if he wants to go straight to Waterway or somewhere else.
You talking about Osse, of course.
Yeah, Osse.
Let's see.
I'm saying he's doing the things that Sloaters was just doing.
He's treading in ground that has been covered by Sloaters. But yeah. It's certainly been an incredibly hype race, or a set of races so far. And with the prospect of a bronze match.
Oh, look at that. Osse going straight to Waterway.
Yeah, man, Derp, you must have ESPN, you know what I mean?
Something like that. And the other thing we can kind of notice on Sloater's screen through the dimly lit room.
Yeah, he's leaving West Ocean. Right?
I believe he's in the Green Gate Glitch room.
He is.
At the other side of West Ocean, he found the other entrance to Lower Norfair, which is kind of where he wants to be since he can clear it. He's got the Varia suit. He's got a juiced up beam combo.
He really, and there's that immortal track. There's that Lower Norfair death march that we all love.
Fortunately, just an E-Tank, but I don't think he wants to skip that one.
No. Don't want to skip that.
Thought about it.
It crossed his mind for sure.
Osse, a few seconds behind. Might try to get that synced up, but we might just have a little bit of a discrepancy since we're having a few technical difficulties at the moment.
Well, nothing can sully the experience of this race, Derp. It's just been phenomenal from start to finish from these runners to see them just duke it out, just trading haymakers pretty much.
Yeah, it's still a very even race. Sloater's a little bit ahead, but Osse does have a little bit more knowledge. He knows where he knows where Kraid's lair is, which has Ridley.
I wonder if Osse's headed there now. Do you think that's a possibility, or do you think he's thinking Lower Norfair like Sloaters is?
We'll see. I think this takes him to Red Tower, yeah. So if he wants to climb up Red Tower, now would be a good time. And looks like that's the direction he's headed. We'll check this tube on the way. Or will he? Maybe Osse has something else in mind. Oh yeah, I think this takes him to the top of Red Tower. This is the way to go.
Right. That's terrific routing. Unless what, Derp?
I don't know. He's got something else in mind. I wonder if he's actually going to... Oh no, I was gonna say maybe he goes down to Retro Bryn because that was the back of Lower Norfair. No, he's actually going across. Is he going to... Surely he's not going into Meridia. Right?
I think chat, I had this idea and then chat confirmed it. I think this is the way to Kraid's warehouse. He's gonna go do. Oh, he's doing. Oh, that's. So
I had the entrance to Lower Norfair and the entrance to Aqueduct mixed up. Yeah, this is the way to lower Norfair. Okay, this makes sense.
Now he's noping out of there to go back to Craig's warehouse across the moat. Because he nailed that beautiful
Oh yeah,
CWJ
across the moat leads to the top of Red Tower. So he's actually gonna do that first and then go to lower Norfair, I imagine.
Got it.
Okay, so this is working out. It's been a long day.
Oh, it has, but you know what? We cannot let fatigue. We can't let it creep in. These runners aren't letting it creep in, Derp. Oh my gosh, so they're flip-flop. Crade at Ridley, Ridley at Crade.
It means there's a vanilla Dragon once the runners make it there.
Nothing like a vanilla Dragon after a long day's work. But, this is really interesting because if Crade E tank is something crucial, Sloaters is going to be able to pick that up.
The only location we don't know about is G4.
Yeah, that could definitely come back to haunt these runners.
I'm not sure where it is though. I haven't kept great mental notes of where everything is. We've seen both entrances to Lower Norfair. I believe we've seen both entrances to Meridia, East Meridia.
Oh, Tracy helping us out. G4 is at the bottom of West Meridia.
Oh, you saw that while he was frozen.
Well,
that makes sense. That was the last place I was thinking.
Huh.
There weren't a whole lot of doors left. I think Sloaters. I don't know if he ever checked it.
So we're saying West Meridia, Derp. Are we talking like Main Street? That?
Yeah, West Meridia is Main Street. East Meridia is Aqueduct.
Makes sense to me.
That's the terminology I've always used, at least in area rando. It's a little confusing because we don't really have great names for Meridia.
No, for sure. But then that means it's the vertical door, right?
Yeah, it's the vertical door in Main Street leads to G4.
Fantastic, Derp. See, chat's learning
there.
along with me. I'm learning with chat. This is fantastic. Just fantastic.
So Sloaters gonna end up very close to Osse, actually. There's that ice beam, which we'll see if Osse picks up, I imagine.
Completes the beam combination.
One thing to note, Sloaters is gonna get this Crate E-Tank check. Osse is not.
I know, for the sake of a close race, I really hope it's nothing important. I really don't.
Yeah, I hope so too, but there aren't a whole lot of places where gravity can be.
They're not, but we did see several seeds early in the tournament where Grav was at Batwoon. And with ice.
Yeah, Batwoon. We haven't seen Wreck Ship E-Tank.
We haven't, no.
I believe the reserve is in Logic as well, the left side sand pit.
Oh, that's an excellent point too. We haven't really seen much of Meridia yet. We've seen a lot of some other areas, but a little high five here at Three Musketeers. You'll love to see it.
And we'll see if Sloaters decides to go across. Yeah, this leads him to the top of Red Tower, and you have to assume he follows this to Crade. Showing off the vanilla, the intended way to get across the moat.
Intended strats are my favorite strats, except for, you know, all the speedrun tech that we've seen on display today.
Yeah, these runners have shown no shortage of tech, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. It's just incredible. They're like Swiss Army knives of speedrun technology, techniques, strategies, tactics, whatever you want to say.
Well, we got the moment of truth here. What's that Crate E-Tank?
Oh, not a
Screw attack.
That means it has to be Batwoon or.
Well, we haven't seen Wreck Ship E-Tank.
We haven't seen Wreck Ship E. Now
which is something that Sloaters had the opportunity to check,
yes,
and he never did.
I was just gonna say that could come back to haunt Sloaters if Osse gets that.
Oh man. There's a chance Osse actually goes back to check Crate E-Tank after killing Crate here, since it's just right there. I think he's actually going to make the trip across.
It is in the neighborhood after all.
Yeah, that does mean Osse will likely be orphaning that screw attack location, but that's a really awful check. So I would not be surprised if he just prays it's not gravity, pretty much.
No, for sure.
But you could say the same about the Crate E-Tank, honestly. So Osse's he's got options.
Definitely options on the table.
Sloaters is ahead on bosses. Technically, the runners don't need gravity. They're capable of getting out of Dragon with grapple.
They totally can, and also get to him pretty quickly. You know, with all these various portals that they have available to them.
Yeah, the one I remember, we've seen the other East Meridia location. The one I remember is at Retro Brinstar. That led to Aqueduct.
Oh yeah, that feels like it's miles away for Sloaters, though.
It actually isn't, though.
It's not?
Yeah, because he's not too far away from the ship. You know, the back of Lower Norfair will lead him back to the ship.
Well,
Quickly.
It's a definite possibility.
Or not back of Lower Norfair. If he goes back into Red Tower, top of Red Tower, that leads him to Moat, and he can actually go across the ship and then down to Retro. If he doesn't want to hunt for gravity and just wants to finish out the seed.
Yeah, I mean, that might be what he's going for, because he's got. I know he doesn't know where Osse's at right now. Osse just finishing up Kraid and checking behind him. But he does have a one-boss lead, a tenuous one-boss lead on Osse here.
I don't think Osse has even seen Wreck Ship yet.
I don't think so
Not
either.
sure, though.
But Osse also does know where G4 is, and Sloaters could probably deduce it, but if he gets down some rabbit trails on a wild goose chase for G4, that could mean the difference.
Yeah, it looks like Sloaters is doing the route that I mentioned. Just going across the ship down to Retro Brinstar, and that puts him right into Meridia. And technically, gravity could just be at Botwoon.
It definitely could, and that would, in Sloaters' case, that would be the ideal scenario, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Osse's really playing well. His boss fights have been really good. He did take Kraid to prom, but that's just because Osse's a very generous soul. He wants Kraid to feel important too. But
And
nice
Kraid
call.
is important.
Nice call on the routing here, Derp. This is some cosmic brain stuff. All the way back to Retro Brin.
Yeah, maybe there was a faster way, but once again, in these situations, remembering a route is a lot more important than remembering the fastest route, because there's a lot going on in these area rando seeds, and as long as you're able to get to from point A to point B, you're in good hands. Looks like Osse is going to be making the screw attack check, but not the Kraid E-Tank check. Of course, we know neither one would result in that gravity suit. Also looking for more power bombs?
It looked like it.
Yeah, he didn't
Really,
take the supers, so I don't know what else he wants.
That reverse amphitheater without gravity was just mesmerizing to watch.
Fortunately, Sloaters isn't going to have to do any... I won't say he doesn't have to do any shenanigans. Isn't going to have to do like a Crystal Flash or anything real rough. Suitless Crystal Flash is something that some runners have done.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. It is possible.
Incredible stuff. Gets to see more microwave tech as well.
I don't know how... a couple extra microwaves. Made sure it was extra crispy.
It's all about sending a message, Derp, and that message has been sent. That is a well done water snake.
Oh, Osse doesn't quite get that spring ball across.
Not quite, but he has found the ship.
Yep, that'll...
There it is.
Well, unfortunately, we know gravity's not a wreck ship E-Tank. Here it is.
That was an incredibly gutsy skip. Because it just as easily could have been there.
Yeah, effectively a 50-50 with how the rest of the seed played out, I think.
I think so.
I'm not sure what exactly puts the left side sandpit in logic in this randomizer. But either way, Sloater's making the gamble, and he is quite far ahead now.
Yes, indeed. Now you did mention left sandpit. I think Tracy in chat mentioned that gravity couldn't be at left side sandpit in this, the way the seed has played out.
Yeah, there's
But
just a 50-50.
don't take my word for it. Yeah, 50-50 on Wreck Ship E-Tank. Sometimes Wreck Ship E is the answer, sometimes it's not, and in this seed it was not. But we got Microwave Ghost. First you had Water Snake, now you've had Ghost. And now to finish it off, we're gonna have Microwave Shrimp. I've said it before, Derp, I'll say it a million times. If you want to become unpopular at your workplace, you reheat that shrimp in the cafeteria in that microwave. In other words, the PSA, leave the microwaving shrimp to these SM runners.
Yeah, fortunately, I think the microwave shrimp will probably taste better than the other two. But I'm no culinary expert. Don't just get me wrong. Regardless, Sloaters, he doesn't have food on his mind right now. He's got G4.
He does, but he's got to find it.
Yeah,
that is the challenge.
Even if he hasn't seen that door transition, I think he's seen all of the other ones, so he should know where to go. It's just, does he remember a path to get there?
That is the trick, after all. Heading into Cack Alley here.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to take the second half of Forgotten Highway.
Yeah.
Gonna go through that door. The bomb doesn't actually finish off that cack attack.
Gosh, yeah.
It's always funny to see.
Bombs are useful for destroying blocks, but they don't have much offensive capability.
Yeah, this is in fact not Metroid Dread with the cross bombs.
Oh boy, great item.
Pretty good item for sure. So we'll see what Sloaters has in mind. Like, between the technical difficulties and the fact that this is race 3 of 3.
Yeah, it's
hard to keep track of everything. But Sloaters looks like he's on top of things.
It certainly does, but Osse has not exactly been playing like a slouch. Osse has really impressed. That opening seed was masterful. Seed is the word I was wanting to say.
And not like either of these last two seeds have been disappointing from Osse. The seed 2 came very close even after skipping a lot of important items, and this time maybe not having quite as nice of a route as Sloaters did. Still making good time with what he has. Yeah, Sloaters,
this is it.
Other East Meridia entry took him straight to Mount Everest, and he can...
That's incredible.
Go straight to G4. He knows where he's going. And
routing process of elimination to get to G4. Wow. Incredible stuff, Derp.
We've got a lot of items. He's going to have some very clean Metroid rooms.
We might even see a spring ball, could see a spring ball Zeb skip, could see a spring ball baby skip. I mean, anything is possible at this point.
I don't know if you can do spring ball baby skip without that space jump, which he decided to skip.
Oh, yeah, he probably need that. No, why did he skip it? Well, we could still see the Zeb skip. I love that. I love the spring ball Zeb skip.
Yeah. Meantime, we're going to see some, well, almost clean Metroid Room 1. Unfortunately, missed that super on the third Metroid, but...
Oh, but look at this. Oh, I love that Metroid Room 2. Oh, my God.
Yeah, a little hiccup, but now he's pulling out the tech.
Oh, my.
At that full loadout, he's just cruising through these rooms. 2
quick ice beam shots through the floor. Death from above. Precision delivery of those 2 supers. Ugh. That is just nasty.
Yeah, and we are going to see this Wreck Ship E-Tank check from Osse, and it's just unfortunate that We know it's not going to pay off. I think it's going to be a reserve tank, actually.
Oh my.
I think we've seen pretty much everything else. Well,
We sure
that's not
have.
necessarily true. There's still a couple items in Meridia. But we know it's not a major item, and there's that reserve.
Oh, I think he got it.
Sloaters got grabbed, actually.
Did he?
No,
No, he's good.
He's through.
That was very close, though.
So we'll see what Osse has in mind. Where he wants to go. Pretty much in the same situation that Sloaters was a few minutes ago. Just has no gravity, but really only has Meridia left.
Sloaters with the first try redemption speed skip despite having ice beam. Oh my gosh, that is devotion.
He's gonna be happy to get that for sure.
Wow.
He's got the full beam combo. This is gonna be an incredibly fast Mother Brain.
That was just too much. I thought I'd seen it all in his 3 races, Derp, but that's talk about commitment, man.
And Sloaters always the showman.
That's right.
I wonder if we'll see a blue bomber as well. He's got the spring ball.
It's a distinct possibility. I know he really likes that trick. But Osse has certainly been a smooth operator throughout these 3 races too, but just Sloaters with the superior routing this time.
I'm very interested to see where Osse is routing, because once again, I want to say the runners know where they're going. But
we made it to Red Tower, he's headed to the top, so...
Oh, he's actually checking Crate E-Tank. He wants to check everything outside of Meridia for gravity. And unfortunately, gravity ended up in worst possible location for Osse, but definitely the best for Sloaters.
Yeah, once you've already built a lead, like, the only thing that could consolidate it was gravity being at about 20.
No, Osse's actually not going to Crate. I feel like there had to be a faster way to Aqueduct than this, but still. You knew there was a route. As long as he could get to ship, he can make it to Aqueduct. This was the fastest route he could find. Or at least the fastest route he remembered. It's very hard keeping track of all the areas, especially once you've seen them all, which Osse likely has.
That's a really good point, Derp. It's a very good point. And to keep them all straight in your head when you're just flying through this game.
You see a little bit of a sigh on Osse. I think he might have an inkling. Might know what's coming.
All 3 seeds have been remarkably close in time. The way these runners have gone through them, we had basically 2-hour-long seeds, and this one's just barely sub-hour.
It's pretty comfortably sub-hour for Sloaters, actually, looking at a low 57, it looks like. Depending on your definition of comfortably, I suppose.
Right, you are.
I mean, we're speedrunners here. A few minutes is an eternity for us.
Oh,
there it is.
Blue
bomber.
Gracious. Sloaters27 with a blue bomber into Leodoc's room. Wow.
And barring a catastrophe last few seconds, Sloaters going to be moving on to the SGLIVE Item Randomizer Tournament Finals. Remember, chat, last tournament Sloaters was able to win, the last randomizer tournament, I believe, was the Item Randomizer League all the way back in Season 1. But he has been looking for another title for couple of years now, and he's finally gonna get a chance. He's gonna dot done with an official racetime.gg time of 57 minutes and 19 seconds. Sloaters moving on to the finals.
Incredible stuff. Couldn't have said it better myself, Derp. This has been one of the better semifinals that I've seen, but we still have another semifinal, Derp. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, absolutely. We got, I believe that's going to be tomorrow. Kip versus Zeb 316. Wednesday night. I don't know the exact time, but gonna be another real hype race. Zeb, arguably one of the best overall randomizer players right now. I believe he's won both seasons of SM Rat. Kip winning the most recent Item Randomizer League, Season 3, with his team, Team Funky Town.
That's right. That was a incredible playoffs for Rando League Season 3. But it was Sloater's team that did push Kip's team to the limit in the first round, but they did not, couldn't finish him off, and Kip's team went all the way to the finals. I don't think they dropped another race until they got to the finals.
Yeah, and I definitely don't want to discredit either Zeb or Kip. They're both fantastic runners. I think we have the 4 best randomizer runners, all top 4, to be honest. But, Kip winning Season 3 wasn't a solo effort. He had his teammates supporting him. And Zeb, I definitely don't want to discredit the competition in SM Rat. Maybe not quite as prestigious as Randomizer League or SGLIVE. So both looking for, you could argue, their big individual tournament win here. Maybe we're getting a little bit too technical. Either way, the winner is going to have to face some harsh competition as Sloaters shown up today.
Yeah, no question about it, Derp. I think this was a very even match. It really could have gone either way.
Yeah, absolutely. We have seen Osse forfeit, by the way. He did decide to make it all the way, defeat his last boss, Dragon. Osse will be joining us shortly. Hopefully Sloaters will as well. We are joined by Osse, GG, and Sloaters. Both of you, congratulations to Sloaters, GG to Osse. You two put on an incredible showing for us. So just want to get y'all's initial thoughts on how that race went, how that series went, and just how you're feeling.
Well, first off, I'll say GG's to Osse. That is a scary opponent to get in this mode, to say the least.
I see Osse. I see your voice lighting up in Discord, but I can't hear you. Wait a second. I'm going to fix some potential technical difficulties. Discord can be weird sometimes. In the meantime, yeah, Sloaters, you're moving on. Going to be facing the winner of Kip versus Zeb in the finals. And like I was saying on Restream, last time you won a major randomizer tournament was Randomizer League Season 1. So, what does it mean? Make it all the way back to the finals of another major tournament.
Well, I'll be honest, Derp, it's been a rough couple of years for me with the randomizer tournaments, but it's really cool to be back in the finals for one again. But I think Osse might have fixed his mic.
Yeah, the classic "it was on mute" problem.
You hate to see it, but yeah. Obviously you weren't able to get the win, but you still put it on a fantastic show in Osse. So, how are you feeling after that one?
I'm feeling okay. Following the matches, I got to see that races 2 and 3. I routed I missed the items pretty bad. But overall, it felt like all of them were like faster than the average seed. That wasn't something that I liked.
The second one felt it should have been super fast, but I managed to dodge Varia for a while. I'm guessing that probably happened to you too.
I dodged high jump, speed, ice, and Varia.
Oh,
And
I think
still,
wasn't it
Check
like high
everything
jump
else.
and high jump and speed and like
They're both
business
at
center or something like
business
that?
center, yeah.
Center,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Osse finished like within 20 seconds of him, despite lacking all of those movement items.
Dang, that's pretty crazy because those items are pretty OP.
That was just sheer routing on the part of you, Osse. It was fantastic to watch.
Yeah, Osse will also be facing one of Kip and Zeb in the bronze match. So, I guess I'm really asking both runners. You know, how are you? What are your thoughts on that semifinals? How are you feeling about your potential opponents coming into the closing matches of the tournament?
Well, I'll just say all three of those guys, I've had grudges against them because they've knocked me out of tournaments in the past couple years. Osse in particular has been like my SGLIVE kryptonite. He knocked me out of the semis last year, knocked me out of SMZ like a week ago, so feels good to finally get him on one of these. But Kip and Zeb, kind of like you said earlier, they're some of the best randomizer players, so it can go either way, but I'm super excited regardless.
Yep, similarly. Like, happy to keep it like 2-1 with Sloaters. Strong opponent. Zeb, Kip also very tough.
I think I echo Derp's sentiments. First of all, I didn't even tell you guys GG's. GG is on a spectacular best of 3. But with so many strong runners still in this tournament, I mean, the bronze match and the finals are going to be, I think they're going to be absolutely insane. Because just what every runner can bring in terms of their strategy, their thought process, as well as just sheer execution. Like Derp and I have been talking about it for the last 3 hours. Like, there's nothing that you guys can't do in this game.
Yeah, I
I did
feel
like
like
the Slutters in game 1, the RBO Dragon tech. That's pretty nice.
I feel like area rando lets you bring out like all the weird tech.
I gotta say, one really cool thing I got to do that I didn't even realize was like possible until it like happened in game 1 was getting out a Precious room from Ridley's room, which was actually a trick I learned from doing route rando practice for Rando League last season. So when I found out that Ridley was going to be at the Meridia boss, I was really excited to pull that one out.
Yeah, I think we missed that one actually. We'll
Yeah,
have
to be
go
honest.
back and watch
no.
it.
Yeah.
It's super cool that it works. I'll just say that.
Did that involve like diagonally sparking up through Dragon's room, or was that in the second race?
No, so you can
Oh, I
like
figured-
stand in the door and like jump into the room and then like weave between
Oh,
the
that's
the
right.
platforms.
Was it did Sephi make a clip of that and post it somewhere?
I
think it
have a
was
clip of
Sloaters.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
During the route randomizer week in item or in Rando League.
'Cause I do remember that. I do remember him dropping that and sharing it like, this is how you get out of here if you're ever in this situation. And it was just, it's almost like you do like a little wiggle up through Precious.
And by the way, game 1 felt like a huge slap in the face because when I found that Varian wreck ship, I decided to chase it to Lower Norfair. And then the other Lower Norfair portal like brought me back to wreck ship, and then ice was right there, which is like the only thing I was looking for. And then finding like the power bombs right there, and then doing like, trying to do the RBO Dragon fight, and then just ending up finding grapple there. I was like, that's
I mean, you see where gravity was in that seat?
where was it? Like the other part
Yeah,
of
it
wreck
was in
ship?
Waterway. You
It
ran
was
past it.
Waterway.
Oh, I almost. Oh my.
Yeah, I
Whatever.
had that.
We thought, given the way the next two races played out, Sloaters, I mean, as soon as you got speed, you made a beeline for Waterway. We thought you knew in race 1 that you had skipped over Waterway.
No, and the next time I went there, I was just like, well, I'm pretty close to this right now. I'm probably not going to be that close to it again, so I'll just, if it is gravity, like that would have been huge for me. And then, but yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in game 3, I was looking for outs, so I took my speed to Waterway and then later to Wreckship Reserve. I felt like I lost that one in the opener.
Yeah, we
so
saw
it didn't
both of you
feel
do
good.
very similar routes after getting speed, actually. It's just Sloaters was a little bit ahead and then was able to get that gravity earlier.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if he would dip into Meridia like I did, because I think the only way forward was at the Croc Door portal. So I think it would have been like easy to miss Speed Booster if you happened to like just dive down that portal. So I was kind of doing the same thing, trying to like, you know, go to Waterway and Wreckship Reserve, see if I can get something from that speed.
Yeah, I jumped straight in that because I felt behind already. I think I checked like Gauntlet and Croc at that point.
I think that's all the questions I have personally. We'll see, Hockey, if you have anything else to add.
Not so much a question as just a statement that I just, let's be honest, I'm known to be loose. I know I like to gush, like to wear my heart on my sleeve, but I'm just always so impressed and so thrilled every time it comes around tournament time, whether it's rando or vanilla category, when the absolute best runners just trade blows and have really good races. And it's just like I said, it's just so thrilling, and it's such an honor and a privilege to be able to be a part of it as a commentator. So I kind of stand in awe of what Sloaters, Osse, and all the others, what you guys are capable of doing with this game, and it's always such a great watch.
Thank you, Aki.
It is my absolute pleasure.
Well, I think that is going to do it for us. Do either of the runners have any final comments?
I'll just say GG's again to Osse. Always a pleasure getting to race up one of the best in SM Randomizer. And thank you, Derp and Hockey, for doing the commentary as well.
Yep,
It's been a fun race to watch. So, Hockey, take us away.
Well, I think Osse wanted to get something in there, so I want to hear what.
Oh,
No, you're good. You're good, Derp. You're good. It's all good.
I just want to say it's been a great tournament and a cool category to choose for the tournament.
Absolutely love this format and love these settings. But Derp, we would be remiss if we didn't give a huge shout out to our tracker, Cheaty Face 4, who did a phenomenal job on these 3 races. So without trackers, there is no restream for randomizer races. So as much as I like to get on here and flap my gums with people like TG Derp, it's really the trackers who make it possible. So thank you all, trackers.
Yeah, absolutely. Big shout outs to Cheaty and tracking for forever at this point.
Forever, yeah. Totally.
Always been one of the best, but I think you could take us home now, Hockey.
You got it, Derp. So
everything in order.
This has been semifinal matchup between sloaters27 and Osse in the Super Metroid Randomizer tournament at part of SpeedGaming Live 2021 here on SpeedGaming 4. It's been the Hockey Towner and TG Derp bringing you this exciting race on your airwaves, broadcast into your homes. But there'll be plenty more action as SG Live continues. And on behalf of everyone who makes these tournaments and events possible, it's been the Hockey Towner wishing you a wonderful evening and a better tomorrow.